2.5 years ago, the countries of the United Nations unanimously promised to negotiate a treaty that would end plastic pollution. They were supposed to finish 250 days ago at Intergovernmental Negotiating Committee 5 in Busan, South Korea. However, when countries couldn't agree, they missed that deadline, which brings us here to INC 5.2 in Geneva, Switzerland. The important parts of the treaty are still in disagreement. The majority of countries agree that the treaty needs to address reducing plastic production, not just managing plastic waste. However, due to the procedures in place, the minority who disagree have been able to hold up this entire process, which is the reason that it's been taking so long. This has been the story throughout these negotiations, and in these hopefully final days, stakeholders are pushing to break the pattern. In my previous videos, I've talked a lot about WWF's role in the negotiations, but there are many other stakeholders trying to make their opinions heard too.
3 years ago, we formed, together with WWF, a new initiative called the Business Coalition for a Global Plastics Treaty. And that initiative brings together now more than 300 businesses from around the world that are all calling for an ambitious and effective global plastics treaty. And if you think about it, that's so interesting because business has, of course, for decades been organizing themselves to influence policy. But typically that has been to avoid new regulation or go for lower taxes. But now we see a group of business that really recognizes, look, this is a major problem for us. And so they're going out to governments and say, please regulate us.
So the question is, after 2.5 years, 6 INCs, and 46 total days of negotiations, did the efforts of these stakeholders lead to a treaty that would actually bring us closer to the end of plastic pollution?
While we didn't finish here in Geneva, we saw great progress from the member states on products and chemicals and harmonized design standards. It really showcased to us there's a willingness and an understanding of what needs to happen at this global scale in order for us to solve this problem. In the end, however, treaty or no treaty, the problem is still the same. We still have to end plastic pollution. So it's really important for all of us, not just WWF, not just businesses or community members, but you too, to continue to take action so that we're all moving towards a future where there is no plastic in nature.
If we're ever going to have sustainable communities, cities, towns, and villages, if we're ever going to have better national governments and a better world, we have to rely on the power of young people. If we're ever going to make sure that we have a harmonized plastic treaty around plastics or building a better, greener environment, we have to rest on our